Yo, morning guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project, psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that we've set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you would like a brief introduction into how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, analogies, so on and so forth, as well as a conceptual live stream schedule and the copyright-free music, you can find it all in the past 3 years, straight up to January 2021 on this channel and beyond for more updated versions. So without further ado, I will say that if we want, we're going to try and switch up the structure a little bit starting as of today and moving on to, well, indefinitely, because right now we're trying to be a little bit ambitious and really turn the Ahn Rho Project into something that I had sort of envisioned. So with that being said, for now we're going to stick with some rough framework. Typically I have about 11 segments spread across 15 minutes. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And right now I'm going to just do something what I call a system override, and a completely, maybe I should abbreviate that by SOV 2.0, and that means that I'm just going to override everything that I really have to do on stream typically. So normally there's about phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 of the stream, one covering digital assets, one covering physical assets, but I haven't been communicating that on stream, and I haven't been organizing things into things that I should be doing versus things that I should not, and which is more important, which is of lower priority. And so what I'm going to do right now is just kind of bypass everything and say that here are some major things that we really just want to cover off the top of my head. I'm going to say the first most important thing is that we're going to miss at least about 80% of the things that we have to cover on a daily basis. So there should start with some sort of ratio. There's this idea of including a ratio of what I can show on live stream and what I can't show on live stream. Also a ratio of the things that happen on any sort of asset outside of just live streaming. Maybe it's like a podcast or audio recording. What can't be captured by these media assets that won't be shown on the Ahn Rho Project? I should have a ratio, or maybe say, on a daily basis, I'll say maybe roughly today I have 40 to 60% which I can't show on camera, and here's what they are. And I just briefly mention in about 30 seconds what those topics are, like relationships, employment, finance, and so on and so forth. Second thing I want to mention right off the bat of my head, right off the bat, the top of my head, is okay. So there were some technical issues. Yesterday I didn't actually manage to punch out a live stream on time at all. I was like 5 hours late already. That's on top of the 5 hours, so it's more like 10 hours late. And what I want to say here is that you can see that there's some assets here at the very bottom of the stream. These are basically usually the kind of like brand items or media assets that I like to use. Some of these are not really my own yet. Most of them they are, but some of them I can see that there's that rose and that Chinese thing that I obviously didn't make up. So that's a little bit technical difficulty. And I want to mention this is because I may or may not be doing things through the phone very soon. I don't know if I'll be live streaming using maybe my laptop, which is on the side right here. I don't know if I'll have new equipment coming in soon. Again, everything's kind of shaky. I don't really know. It's uncertain how things are going to turn out, given all the sorts of ideas I have and how I'm going to implement them. We also have, so aside from, speaking on technical topics, what happened was yesterday, like I said, there was a problem, right? So it completely logged me out of the live streaming app that I'm using right now to multi-stream to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitch at the same time. It logged out, I lost all the assets, and I had to put it back on again. And so that's all the assets here, and then like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to continue doing things this way. So there's no need for me to be so rigid and build everything back to the way it was, because things might not be the way that they were soon. Okay, didn't want to waste my time with that. But that's what we need for now for today. We also have some photography here, so I want to just maximize that for a moment. You see the very top, there is foods and depth items. So again, today has a very little structure. I'm just kind of going whatever I see first, whatever I feel is important, because I have at the top of my head what I want to cover. You have about 4 items here of food from my guardian. So these are like things I'm not supposed to eat are class 2 items because of they play into personal insecurities. As I say usually on stream, I cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't shy away from non-PC topics, and particularly emotional baggage or personal insecurities. I still have to cover them because by analogy, the Ahn Rho Project is in part a time capsule of my life. So what you see here are some Chinese, just Hong Kong street food. Think of like vermicelli. We also have some stir-fried, vermicelli, and some beef noodles and stuff like that, and some traditional just Chinese soup. That's all that is. Basically takeout. And I'm going to toss it to the side right here. We also have some napkins and some spoons I used. Again, not my own stuff. So I've documented, recorded that. I returned to the laptop on the side right here. We have all the spreadsheets. Speaking of which, this would be typically for the past, couple months or half a year. This would be like a quarter. The past quarter, I've been doing things in a way that there's a segment dedicated to tracking finances. So one here does have all the food here, the sleep, the fitness, my overall health, also budgeting and finance and inventory, materials, objects, equipment. So yes, the food was included in here. I also made a new text, a document that I wrote up. So there was that as well regarding some sort of ideas. Now what we want to do after this, I think the most important thing. Okay, actually forget that. Before that, we dive right here. Okay, left-hand side store reflections. Shout to store reflections because it's one of the few pages I do follow. It's a very personal matter for me because of philosophy and psychology are what saved me from the domestic issues for the past 3 decades. And so I didn't realize I was participating in that. It's something that I just independently, just developed on my own when I was a kid. It was kind of like a survival mechanism, I guess, coping mechanism. Okay, so on the side here, Stoic reflections. So the wisest people follow their own direction. I left a comment there, kind of saying agreed to an extent. I was too verbose about it. Basically, I should have just said, yeah and no, yeah and no. So with that being said, that's kind of something that if you want, you can just go to that page. I do agree with this that you should, to an extent, follow your own path. But at the same time, you do have to incorporate sometimes new ideas, seek advice and research from other people, from professionals, from the external world as needed, because obviously the world's not centered on you. Okay, now moving that to the side, but of course you still have to carve your own path. Don't be subjected to peer pressure and then follow through with what the mass dictates that you should do. Necessarily, if you decide that if you find that it's a reasonable course of action that the public is doing, then and that common people are doing, then go for it. But if it's not, then don't. All right, too much onto that. Let's move on to the side here. All right, we have items. So this would be typically segment 9, or as of the past week, segment 9. Before that was segment 8. Again, a lot of restructuring going on the stream, as well as the Ahn Rho Project itself. So getting things back on track. Actually, you see the title. This says "Get it back together." I mean, get it together, man. It's just like I've really been off track for the past 10 months, and I think the main source is just how to get the sleep schedule back on. Of course, if you have 100 different, more like 500 different things going on, different habits, and they all tie into each other, it's kind of like even your sleep's being held back by your diet, by everything. Everything's interconnected, and you just have to kind of brute force your way through. So today here I am. I'm a little bit early for the stream, earlier than I have been. Still late, but earlier than I have been. So we're on segment 9 here, and we want to try to cover all the physical items we need to get done. Look at the time here. I see that there's about 7 minutes. We can cover everything. So here's D1, D3, and D4. D3 is pretty much finished and emptied out. So Usana Health products I received from my business partner. You can tell now that, as I mentioned, all of the yesterday's live stream, you can refer to that. All the business products regarding proflavanol C. Let me just show you. Region A788 right here. This is the office region. You can see that all the supplements are kind of moved here that I needed for the incoming month or so. So proflavanol C, replenish whatever you need to replenish, and whatever's not is up here in region C1, C2. I kind of stocked it up here in C2 here at the backdrop. Of course, by date, whatever, first in, first out, FIFO. And so now it's kind of clean now. Nothing's on the floor here in terms of supplements here, which is great. And this bag I can fold up and toss up there as well once I'm done with that. But I just want to show that it's much better now. And then the soap, of course, later on today, I'm just going to actually give this to the clients. And move on to the side here. So D1. Okay, close the closet. We don't need open. All right, so Okay, D1 it's a bigger mess than it was yesterday. It's not much of a mess actually. It's more like things quite organized. But all the stuff I pulled out from previous week's groceries inside his luggage bag, and so now it's completely empty and ready to go for the day. Yesterday you might have noticed you as in probably being me. I don't think anybody watches my own stuff anyways. But the point is, yesterday at the end of the stream, I was really rushing in the last 45 seconds out of the 15 minutes to run through everything and ram through it all because there are these tech items inside. We'll get to that in a moment. But basically all the groceries inside, I pulled it all out and I put the drinks here at the back here. Obviously we have some, where you see here some vitamin water, we have some coconut water, 2 canisters that I had to move here. We have some food packages here from Indian snack foods, so like mini bakarwadi, what do you call it? It's really nice stuff. Some mini samosas. But basically, I tossed it all here, and I couldn't find the time to complete it all together. So what we have here are the groceries in D1 now. From D4 moved over here. We have to shift some things downstairs. So first of all, this is the garbage that I still didn't go on throwaways yesterday. Same thing with the pie. Here's the stuff that we actually moved out from the grocery. So we have 4 packages of these kind of cracker things that are all on sale. Again, not very healthy in any way. I don't need to cover it in any detail. Covered it before. There's just some sales of Cheez-Its, some Old Town House Italian herb, and this one is a debt item, so it's a class 4 item. I'm going to give it back to my guardians. I bought this for them because I ate a package too many times. I would binge eat. I was in a binge eating spree. I still have that a little bit. There's still some side effects there, so I'm going to put this over here and say I'm going to bring this downstairs when the stream is done. Alright, we also have on the side here a new Norman Sue bakery kind of stuff, pastries, again from grocery items. We have this new thing I was trying out here, lemon curd filled cake. Sounds horrible for your health. It probably is horrible for my health. Anyways, move that to the side. Gotta put that downstairs. I'm pretty sure it's been here for a week, so that's bad, but whatever, you know. I'll just buy a new one if I need it. Anyways, some more chips here. Not rice chips, yeah, but it's trash, it's garbage, almost finished. Use Health Science packets, and then we have this nuts here. So this is all trash as well. These are about to be finished. I'm going to take it all, scrunch it up inside this package, toss it out with me, as well as this for recycling, the pie underneath. So that should be all the garbage for today. We went to the side here. We want to cover the tech items, like I said. So today we're probably going to get some new items as well. That are equipment related. So here's this is not tech item. This is like just some patties here. Again, gotta take out the trash. Yeah, it's trash. It's like mint patties, peppermint. Okay, so here's the RFID, the most important thing that I want to get out. I want to show here. You can see that there's packaging here. It's kind of, the cartridge is kind of still attached. West Isle brand, and in here it's just the so it's not really cheap. $4 from Dollarama. Dollar store. So I'm going to pull out the RFID production cards right here. I'm going to show you right here very quickly. I can pull them out, and I didn't realize I could do this. I didn't realize that the protection was not embedded inside the wallet, but in fact in these cards that are included with the wallet. So I thought it was just because the wallet was specially made. In fact, it's not. It's just a regular leather wallet. But I need to pull the cards. The cards are the ones that are RFID protecting. And so what I want to do is whenever I go to work, I'm going to sandwich my cell phones between 2 of these cards inside my, say you guys have like a phone case, or I use a cell phone pouch. So I would sandwich the phone between these 2, or not, maybe not sandwich it like that. Maybe just put on one side, put it between my body and the cell phone. And so again, I have 2-3 devices. I would like to block out as much of the radiation as I can, since I wear too many devices. This probably isn't a concern for you if you take off your cell phone at the workplace, but sometimes I don't. Oftentimes I don't, in fact. So too much exposure over the long term. Now we have also tech items. This is just a very simple mouse pad. Like I said, I'm just going to take off the packaging, toss it outside. We have a lot of recyclables. Again, I typically put the package, the box within a box within a box. I'm going to take out this mouse pad now, and just say we're going to stash this over here in region A5. It's like this flimsy thing, A4, in the drawer right there, the tech items. And I think that's about it for inventory. So that was a lot of stuff. What we are going to do next is, in terms of inventory, we got to, tasks. I have about 15 seconds left, but there's a lot of stuff I need to do, including sort out everything here. Like there's some gift items here that I need, some things I need to make for my fellow colleagues, and a lot of stuff I need to send by email, and then a lot of other things regarding the Ahn Rho Project. Need to do restructuring. So we'll just continue this tomorrow morning, and we'll see where this all leads. Take care.